you got to work hard. Everybody's got to work hard, but you can still do it being comfortable, right?
Totally.
If you're in your element, let's be honest, no matter how hard the work is, let's be honest, even what you were doing, right? Like do what you're doing now. No matter how hard that job is, but because you're in your element, you're comfortable.
Yes, but finding your element.
That's the key, right? And I think that's with the trades, man. Like when you get into the trades, like jump up, you sort of slide in to where you like to be, and you find out. And that's what I love about the trades, right? Because you can jump from one. I'm a carpenter today. I'm like, yeah, this ain't so great, but I can say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try HVAC today, and jump into it, and you can experiment, like you know what I mean, until you actually get apprentice you to like what do I like to do? What am I good at? Because I believe everyone's good at something, right?
100%.
Find it. Like I said, it could be hard, but to you, you're comfortable because you're in that element. You like to be there. You want to be there, right? That's the difference I find from everybody. You hear, I'm just doing this. I have to. Like, well, no, you don't really have to.
You don't have to, man. You really don't. It's a choice. You could choose to go and pick another boss, pick another line of work, pick another way to serve your community. It is 100% a choice. What's going on? That is Mr. Pete Zeppetella, the mastermind behind Zepps Gear. What's Zepps Gear? Well, Zepps Gear is the Under Armour of construction. This carpenter, leader, entrepreneur, inventor has led a pretty interesting life. I think you're going to be kind of surprised by what his earliest career aspirations are. And I think because he and I have so much in common, having been out in the field and been forming and leading groups and so forth, we got to talk about the incredible skills that our tradespeople develop out there in the trades that translate into entrepreneurship, and all kinds of magical things. Pete tells us about his key to making a vision come to fruition. It's not a super complicated one, but it does take focus and intent to really bring it to life. And for all you 80s and 90s people out there, we get to talking about Z Cavaricis, the hammer pants, the jabot pants. So if you got some, man, break them out, take you a selfie, and let's post it so we can reminisce and laugh a little bit with each other. Always got to give a shout out to our patrons, the folks that have signed up and are contributing to the mission. And, we got a little secret thing. I don't know about if y'all know this, but we just launched a book, Miss Jennifer Lacey and I. And so shout out to the No BS tribe for all the support and all the posts. People have been posting pictures with them in the book. They just got the book. They're excited. You have no idea how meaningful that is. I want to say appreciation to the No BS tribe, appreciation to our patrons, because you keep pumping life into me, into us, and you help me see new ways to better serve our community. I appreciate you deeply. So I'm going to stop blabbing. And here we go, Mr. Pete Zeppetella. What's going on, L&M family? Jesse here, and I got my friend that I should have been talking to. Like, I feel like we could talk like every weekend, bro. We got a barbecue. Mr. Pete Zeppetella, you're up in Toronto?
I'm by Toronto, yeah, St. Catharines.
Right, St. Catharines, Canada. All right.
Yeah, baby.
How you doing, my man?
Good. Zepps Gear is here. Pete Zeppetella.
Zepps Gear in the house. Man, you gave me well, I'm just going to say this out loud so everybody can hold us accountable. We were kicking around. I shared my little idea of live streaming with people that are doing amazing things to serve the industry, to serve the men and women out there in the trades. And you gave me a beautiful run through of your jacket. I'm like, oh, bro, we got to live stream that. We got to live stream this.
We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it.
Man, I appreciate you making the time to just connect and get together, and also to be here on the podcast. For all you L&M family members out there that are watching on YouTube, or if you're not watching on YouTube, go to YouTube and you'll see we got the ZeppsGear.com little streamer running across the bottom. And because he's from Canada, that's zeppsgear.ca. Right. So there's a difference, but you can access it from either one.
Oh yeah.
Right. If anybody wanted to get some of your gear.
Yeah.
So you're a carpenter,
yep.
You build scaffolds, you're a inventor, entrepreneur. What, like, you got it going on, brother. What else should people know about you, man?
I do mechanics. I do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've been around. Let's just say that. Like I'm 49.
Okay.
49 years old. I've been in carpentry itself for over 30 something years. Yeah, I've been around for quite a while, right? So it shows you I started very, very early. I'll be honest with you, I got pushed into carpentry. At the time, I really, I'm like, whatever, right?
Right.
But my mom, she like actually pushed me into the actual carpentry industry.
Really?
Yeah, man. So I'll tell you a little story.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, like younger, right? 8, 9, whatever. Like I'm Italian, and the Italian, you gotta work. That's just the way it is, Okay, because you gotta look at it like this. It gives you a good structure in life, right?
Yep.
And it shows you understand the value, you know what I mean, of money and everything, because you're working for your money. So at a young age, man. So my mom and my dad, like when my dad he worked at Port Weller dry docks and stuff, building boats and stuff. And when he would be off, what he would do is like we'd go to the peach farms. I live right next door to Niagara Lake. Lots of peach farms. Not so much now. They're tearing them out.
Boo.
A sin, man. But I used to go there and pick peaches, pack peaches, stuff like that. And as I was getting older, every summer I'd be going there, right? You do your school, and then summertime, peaches again, right? Like, so I told my mom the one time, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to pack peaches. Like, I want to do something else, or like, I don't want to go to work, right? I'm a kid, right? I want to go play fucking soccer. I want to go, Oh, no. So she's like, okay, you don't want to do that? That's fine. So this guy, Nicole, is Nadala is his name, right? He's a Finnish carpenter, really good at what he does. And my mom's like, it was a friend of hers. So she's like, oh, see that guy? You're working with him this summer. Yeah, so I was like, I don't even know how old I was, like 12 or 13, getting onto a job. But see, that's the thing. Things were different back then, right? It's not like you got to be a certain age. You can't just go onto a job site. Young kids can get stuff to make sure you wear all your PPE. And so got into trim work right away, do a building. I'm like, holy shit, what the heck is this, right? But before that, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. Before that, I live in St. Cal. I live in a city, right? But back then, the city wasn't as big as it was. And my dad decides, like, they raised rabbits and stuff. We built a barn in my backyard.
Okay.
I am a little kid. My dad's like, you're going to learn how to cut wood. Like, so I was cutting wood, straightening out nails for my daddy, like, because it's waste, right? So I was climbing buildings and everything when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So she knew I can cut wood, knew how to, my dad taught me how to, read them, shape, all that stuff, right? So she pushed me into this guy, and then from there I started just petered on, because then I was like, you know what? To me, it was comfort. It was like easy. I learned younger, and now it's like, okay, I'm like 12, 13. I'm a little smarter. You think you are, anyways.
Yep.
Right. So okay, cut wood, measure this, do that. Cope. He taught me how to cope wood, and it's one thing led to another. So I stuck it out. And I started like, okay, this ain't too bad. And then I sort of, for a while there, I started getting, you know what? Like he had a brother. He would do framing also. So when we were low, I would go do framing we would go and do framing with him. So I got best of both worlds. So now I can finish the house. I could put all your windows in, you know what I mean? And then later on during life, I started getting into hardwood floors, like putting your hardwood floors in and everything, right? Cabinets. And all that. So I got really well rounded, right? But I started getting I like cars, man. Like I got a hot rod. I got a 53 Chev pickup, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Cut up. It's custom. I call it my rat rod, right? It's like you see this thing up and everything. Because I was in the cars, and then I'm reaching now. I'm like, I'm in a couple years, like, I'm hitting 15, 16. I built my own car, right?
Yeah.
So I had a 78 Monte Carlo. It was sitting in the field. Sold it to me. It didn't run. Right, fucking made all the seats. So here I am. So I ripped everything apart, at the time. And then a friend of mine gave me a tranny. A friend of guy, I got a motor right through a 5, and So I started putting the stuff together. Guys I hung out with, they were car guys, right? And so I go to work. I still did my carpentry and stuff. Went to school, high school, and then after work, I would work a couple hours, and then I work on a car, right? And then I started. So I built my own car, like got it running and everything, right? Like put it all together. 16, yeah, get my license, baby, get this paper going. So then I'm like, this is cool. I really like this. So I tried to be honest, I tried to get out of carpentry. Well, one trade to another, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm getting out of the trades. I just wanted, because I'm good with my hands. So I wanted to get into mechanics or something. Tried that for a while, but everything was going okay, like going good. Like, I was learning a lot. I was almost getting an apprenticeship. Like, I worked at a few shops, like got really close. But back in '96, that's when everything sort of took a twist. Major car wreck. To be honest, like I had a gentleman, like my stepdad. He like he goes, "Why don't you do CNC, man? Get like now you're like screwed up. Get into CNC. You mind, right?"
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, right? So I went. He pushed me to college. Went to college for a while. I ended up working Fort Erie, Fleet Industries at the time it was called. So we're making airplanes there, right? I was doing like Boeing 747s, like that, wings and stuff like that, and helicopters. And I was fabricating. I would fabricate, material and stuff like that, like make the parts. So I thought, that's cool, man. Right on. So it's just funny how things. I think what happens in life is sort of like you get pushed different ways, and I think God has a path for you, right? Like I don't know. But I think there's a path built for you. So I jumped from carpentry, went to cars, and like work out to building airplanes. They had going on a strike, and when they went on a strike, that's when I fell back into carpentry. Like I had a buddy that was working with me there. We got back in, like he had a hardwood floor company.
Okay.
And you know what, man? Like let's get back into it. Okay, so I started doing hardwood floor with him, steady, constantly. He's like, "You're good." I said, "Well, when I was a kid, I used to do it all the time, man. Like I did it all through high school. I did it all, always in the trade, right?"
Yeah.
And like right on, right? So then one thing led to another. I ended up joining the Carpenters Union, and now that's where I am now, like building scaffold, did the casino in Niagara Falls, you know what I mean? Like a lot of cool projects, you know what I mean? And me, I like stuff like if I build something, build it so like it's been there, you know what I mean? So when you walk away, it looks like it's always been there, right? You know what I mean? So that's who I am. That's how I got into the trades. That's how I got to do what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a story about me.
So mom said, brother, you don't want to be out there picking peaches. You're going to work with the neighbor. He was a carpenter, and you liked tinkering around with, you built your first car, teenager, just figuring it out, right? I'm sure you were here in San Antonio. We have called pick and pull. And
we got a picker down here too. Yeah,
right. You just go and you find your car and pull whatever. It's cheap, right? It's inexpensive. When you're a teenager, I ain't gonna be well, hell, back then you couldn't order parts online, right? You had to go through magazines and all that stuff. No, I'd take myself over there, take my toolkit and pull out a steering column or whatever I needed to do. And little by little, so you did that, worked on cars, got into mechanics, then you were working on planes, and then came back to carpentry. Got in the apprenticeship program, and now you're building scaffolds above the clouds. Sometimes. That's amazing, brother.
Either clouds or I'm like that troll underneath the bridge, eh?
Anyway, Rumpelstiltskin. That's hilarious, man. So before mom said, "Hey, you're going to go do this," and thank you, mom, by the way, because she kind of set the direction, right? This is the expectation. You're going to work. What were your imagination of what you were going to do when you grow up? What was in your head back then?
It's funny. I talked to an old friend of mine the other day about it. Back then, before I got into all this, I actually I got my Zepps Gear stuff going. Back then, when I was younger, I actually wanted to be a clothing designer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, tell us about that. So, where did that come from? That's super interesting.
You know why? To be honest, I'll tell you a little bit more about this. Not not good, bad. I don't know. You can determine. Then I was also like when I was a teenager, I was always working and everything. But I hung out with a crowd. Like we always went to dance clubs and stuff.
Okay.
So I was into dance and I was into a lot of shit. Like I was always into a lot of shit, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, dancing was the women, right? So like
Yeah.
women love guys that can dance, right? So
Yes,
I
sir.
into this shit, right? So when I was in that realm, I was still, like I said, still in the trades and still all that. And I'd be talking to my buddies, and I was always doing well, right? Like I always keep got to work. Like I said, my mom, like as you're small, it gives you that good work ethic. I got into like a lot of hip hop back then in the '80s and stuff. It was like the big thing coming, like Salt and Pepper and all them. Like you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, I remember that.
like
Shoot.
you see all the clothing that they would wear and stuff, right? So that's sort of what intrigued me into it. And I was like, man, yeah, man, that'd be cool if I could design something like that, man, or like, make something. Because I always had a creative side to me. Like I've always been
Okay.
like, I always think of stuff and try to create stuff. Or if somebody has a problem, I'm always thinking like, how can I fix that problem, right? Like I still now on sites and stuff. I'm always looking at other people and how can I design that better? How can I make this so it works for you? I was young that way. It's just, I sort of like was looking at it. I was like, one day, who knows? Maybe I'll design clothes. Sort of fell to the wayside. One day, like, I had my slip, right? Like with Zepps Gear, like I had a fall.
Yeah.
Different jacket, like that had just a slit. And everybody, those ones with the slit, you're wearing a noose out there, man, all day long, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize. I thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread, man. Like this
Yep.
mobility, you're good to go, right? But when I had that slip, I changed my tune, and then I guess that's where clothing sort of all of a sudden I come back to clothing.
What comes across to me, Pete, is you've learned a lot on your path, and you've taken what you've learned and what you care about and put it together to serve people, to make things better for others. That's the kind of people I like. That's the kind of people I like to roll with. But here's a question, and some of the L&M family members are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and others are going to say, "What in the world are they even talking about?" So back hip hop days, I'm going to take you back.
All right.
How many hammer pants did you have? You know what I'm talking about.
I had a couple pairs, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. The hammer pants, the Z Cavaricis, the Jabos. You remember that? Yeah. How about did you wear the overalls like backwards?
Not that, like the one thing down.
Yeah.
Hip hop, like, oh yeah, I did all that.
Yeah, boy, that was the life, man. If you don't know, you don't know.
Don't know, man.
Oh, but
like, oh my god, look at that guy! Look, a white guy can dance. Holy shit!
Yeah, boy, all you got to do is get out there, shoot.
Well, I had a lot of friends, like that taught me a lot. Like I hung out with all different people, man. Like that's why all this race stuff and all this stuff I hear. It's like, you know what? I hung out with blacks, whites, fucking Jewish, fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And you pick a little bit from every culture, man. But yeah, man, they taught me a lot how to dance and how to like groove and shit, man. Like they can move.
Yeah.
But I had the hammer pants. I had the I was in that crowd, man. You know where I'm going with it, right?
I know, baby. I know, man. I was there too. Every now and then I'll get a wild hair. I'll be at a wedding or something, and they'll bust out some old school hip hop. Like, all right, watch out. I was shot, and I used to be able to like do it for the whole song. Now I do it for like 30 seconds, and I'm out of breath. Like, okay, I need a break now.
Let's see, we're getting older, right?
Yeah. I feel it in the morning now. Oh man, that's freaking awesome.
No more back spins or anything.
No, that hurts.
Oh, yeah,
God. That's good times. This is a beautiful thing that, like, so you had this interest and this creativity around designing clothes, and then you got into the industry, went through apprenticeship. And for folks out there that are in the trades, we all know, right? Like you developed this weird skill to be able to just fix things and tinker around with something, play around, try this, try that, experiment, and then make something work. Like you said it earlier. We show up and there's nothing there.
That's right.
And when we leave, there's something amazing, usable. It's got high utility, and it's going to be there for a long time.
Right.
That's what craft workers do on the regular. And so fast forward, you're a tradesperson and you're designing these jackets to make people's lives better and safer out there in the field. And so you kind of left it alone, it went away, and then bam, it came back, and now it's got real utility to it.
Yeah.
I know, when I was young, I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
And just because I like, the way I understand things, and I used to help my friends. And for me, it was like they used all these really complicated words, right? Like the numerator and denominator and so I didn't just have to learn how to divide. I had to learn vocabulary, but that's not the way I processed it. And so when I helped my friends, I'm like, no, it's just the number on the top and the number on the bottom. Like, forget about all that other stuff, because what they needed to learn was how it worked.
Yeah.
The terminology wasn't as important to me anyways.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that, helping people. Like when you could see somebody like, oh, I got it. Man, that made me feel like, okay, I was helpful. I helped somebody.
Awesome.
And so fast forward, right? I got into plumbing, a plumbing apprenticeship, blah, blah, blah. And now that's kind of what I do. Like on my day job is help people transfer knowledge with people. And like your story to me just is a perfect example for people to anchor on, in that if you have this interest that is going to serve other people, don't give up on it.
No,
because it'll come around. What do you think about that, Pete?
You're 100% right. Like, it takes time. Everything, all this stuff you guys see on social media, all this shit, do it now, blah, blah. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've been doing it since 2004, right? Like, designing this jacket. I'm not going to bully the people. Like, I'm not, hey, it's something I took on because I want to fix, right? Help people out there. And it took me a while. Like I was telling you earlier, where you had that talk before this show, like I made a lot of different designs, right? And the thing is, everything takes time to grow. And if you want to do it right, take the time. You know what I mean? Don't like, let's go do this now. And then you got a big fucking mess in front of you. I mean, sorry. You got a big mess in front of you. You know what I mean? Take the time and envision what you want to do, right? Because when you envision what you do, trust me, it'll just come out. Like, it might take a couple of times, it'll come. Like I was telling you before, when I first started making this jacket, I don't know if you can see that here. So I followed the line of the harness, and if you look at the jacket, I know it's hard to see, but it's got the hole, your D-ring comes out. But the whole is now, this rips up, but it follows the line of your harness. So that way, no matter how you fall, which way you go, it'll start to rip up. And that's its job. That's the whole purpose. I compliment the harness. When I started this, though, back in 2014, so I found a couple friends, right? I'll tell you a little story. I was on this water tower. So I had this envision in my head. Because I had the old jacket and all that. So I had this envision in my head. And a buddy of mine, he comes to work with me, right? And he came to work one day in his coveralls, like his overalls, like he had coveralls, like the overalls or whatever, and they're ripped, right? Like like holes everywhere. Let's be honest. When you have a vision or something big that you have to do, nobody does anything by themselves, right?
Yes.
Always have a team behind you. I don't care who the fuck you are. I mean, I keep swearing. I'm sorry.
You're good, man.
So what it is like, I look at, you have to have that team behind you, right? And that's what, I'm still building it today. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a sales guy. I'm fucking shitty at it, man.
Yeah.
My jackets, but let's be honest, I'm going to go broke, right?
Yep.
I'm not a sales, but I got to find a good sales. So, hey, any good salespeople, call me up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you have to have a team. So I got this vision. So then when he told me, he goes, yeah, my wife sewed it for me, right? Tammy. I'm like, okay. And fuck, man, she does a good job. Sewed it all by hand. I'm like, what?
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. Like, this, it looks like you did it with me. She's good. I said, oh, listen, man, I want to have a sit down. I want to talk to you and your wife. Like, I got this. I told him I have an idea, right? But I need somebody to sit down and talk to, and actually, so I can make
Yeah.
something. Oh yeah, okay. So went there, and his name's Jeff, right? And Jeff, Tammy, Sandwich, they're awesome, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what happened was, sat down and I got, this is what I want to do. I got this vision, right? It's got to be tearaway, and right away she's like, you know what? That's cool. I'll help you. No problem, right? Great, man. So we started, hit the drawing board. Like I was, I had a couple sketches already. Like I said, then I made different shapes. All I knew in my head, it has to tear away because that harness has to come out, right?
Yes. Yes.
I did like a square shape first, that basic square. This is done easy. Yeah, no, that's what.
Not so easy.
The funny thing was, at first, like, so the last time, like the first when we started doing it, where my buddy lived, he had this big tree. So this is bad, but I would hang myself.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Of course.
The thing works, right? So
Yeah.
off this tree to make sure it works. But no, it's not. Like I'm like, oh yeah, no, get me off! Like,
give me the ladder.
yeah, give me the ladder. I did like a half moon. We did a couple shapes, and then it just like one day it just clicked to me, man. I woke up, I'm like, holy shit! You know what? I gotta follow the harness. That's the problem, because what happens is when the harness releases, nobody falls. Nobody's a pencil man.
Right.
Nobody falls like a pencil, so you fall whatever way. So if your harness starts releasing on this side, well, your jacket has to start releasing the same way. Your harness on this side, your jacket has to release. It has to mimic the harness. That's why I always compliment the harness. I want to mimic what that harness do, right? And with the V in the back of this, and that's what that does, this V, because now it mimics. So when you start ripping that part of and when you're done, like, you fall down, you're hanging like a pencil because it's all ripped up, everything. And the thing too is with this pattern and the rescue still there. Rescue guy still get to your D ring, right? You can still get pulled up. The other thing, what I found like other jackets out there, they didn't have anywhere to. So you're walking around with your lanyards in your hand. You have nowhere to put your lanyards, right? Or guys, they'd unzip the jacket so much, put it in their zipper.
Yep.
You got nowhere to put the fucking thing, right?
Yep.
I keep swearing, man. You got nowhere to put it. So what I did is I came up with, I don't know if you can see that, right?
Yes.
But it's a lanyard loop. So that way, as you're walking around, same thing. When you have a harness, you have lanyard loops where you can click your harness. Same thing. I did the same thing in the front. And I put them where your chest strap should be. So your lanyard loops line up with your chest.
Nice.
Also to help you, you can literally put a brand new harness in the jacket, throw it on, and set your harness. So it's going to keep the D-ring where it's supposed to actually be. I see guys set their D-rings down their ass.
Yeah, that ain't the right way, man.
You're gonna knock yourself right out, man. Like you're done.
Yep.
Right? So it helps you. So you can set your harness jacket. So now you have an indicator. I know my chest strap here. I see a lot of guys like, oh, you got a belly strap? Are you belly dancing or what?
Yeah. Just
fall right out of that thing.
It ain't doing no good that way. Yo.
And the other thing I did is, so I put a tearaway feature on it. So if you got your lanyards hooked up and you're walking around, say you walk past a railing or something, and it pulls on your lanyard. So what happens? This will fall. Your lanyard drops. It doesn't pull you in any holes. Keeps you out of harm's way, right?
Yeah.
So I think of, what do you need? I might as well let you know now since we're talking. The other thing too is I took it a step further. I was telling you this earlier on Queenston Lewiston Bridge. We were doing a job.
Yeah.
We're underneath. I was that troll underneath the bridge. So we're building scaffold, like runways underneath the bridge. We do all the bridge. They were sandblasting. The iron workers were actually fixing part of the bridge. What was happening though is when the guys that were the radial guys, that were the swampers and everything, well, you got to climb down to get the gear. We're climbing through scaffold. Well, the cords would get hung up, and then that's it. The radio's gone, man, because everything's on the outside of your jacket, right?
Yes.
So it would get hung up, and then there goes the cord. So what I did is I talked to a bunch of guys. I picked everybody's brain. So what if we put a radio on the inside of the jacket, like so that way when you're climbing around, like
you got to worry about it. Yeah.
So what I did is I put a pocket at the bottom here. Still have your side pocket, right? So what I did is I angled my side pockets a little bit, so everybody always reaches in like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Or ergonomic, having to go like this and pull your phone out or
Yep.
press whatever. I put the other pocket. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's down here lower, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now you put your radio down here, so it's not interfering with anything. And then what I did is I put a loop, right? A Velcro loop here. So this Velcro loop, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yep.
But the loop, so that way your cord goes into your Velcro loop. And the whole reason for that, so that way when you're walking around, it's not just flopping around in there or nothing. No, it stays in one spot, right? And then the other thing I did is I took it, I just put a zipper, a nice zipper. So now your mic comes out of here, and then you put your mic on here, and that's all you have is your mic out here, and you zipper for your cord if you want, and that's it. But now all you have is your mic. You can climb around, you can do whatever you want. You set your station, you're good to go. Hanging out of your jacket, everything's secure. Your jacket's loose the way it's supposed to, so that way the air can get. And you're not sweating or nothing. Like it's actually comfortable, right?
Yep.
Because you got to look at it like this too. The jacket's not meant to be crushed on you. So when you put harness over top, what are you doing? Crushing the jacket.
Yeah, and that's where you get like the big puddles of sweat across your shoulder, across your chest,
right?
Because the harness is compressing all of that, and there's no airflow. Oh
right.
Yeah,
got it right. So you're trying to limit it all. It's a win-win for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the thing. It'll help you set. Now you know wearing your harness is correct. You know the D-ring's in the right spot. You know your chest strap's in the right spot. As long as you follow, right? Like as long as you have to set your harness, man. That's key.
Yes.
And if you read anything on the harness, like I've read that thing, man. And the key thing it says is snug. It's supposed to be snug to your body, right? And that's the thing, like to your body, not your jacket, to your body.
Not the jacket.
Like
nowhere in there does it say tighten it up around the jacket.
And then I told him, well, okay, snug it up, man. Now I want you to reach like this. They're like, because I can't. Yeah, when you wear it proper and you got to snug to your jacket, you can't reach.
No.
Fighting all the time. Like a lot of guys get a lot of shoulder injuries and stuff. Like I find like a lot of guys like in the winter, they'll be, oh man, I'm so sore. But we're doing the same job in the summer. You're not. So fighting yourself. Like if you got to get rid of that, right? Comfort's key, man.
Yeah.
Well, that way you concentrate on task.
Yes.
Your work. You're not worried about, I got to pull up my jacket.
My radio and Well, the work's hard enough as it is.
Oh,
like the work, it's physically demanding.
It is.
And then when you got all these other poorly designed things that add burden to that experience, it's not a fun day. But what you're doing is you've designed something that makes the work feel better. It's removing some of the burden from the human being, which is like the ultimate. Yep. And so my guess is like all of these extra features that are on the jacket, like that was your first idea right out of the gate and it all worked perfectly?
No, like I said, it didn't work. Sideways hang-ups and hurt myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, like I've walked away where I'm like, oh my God. Like
Yep.
Like I'll go back a little bit. If you take your time, you know what I mean? I look at it like this and you see it everywhere, cities everywhere. When people do stuff, what do? We think of here, but you don't think of the end result.
Yep.
You look at like money, for instance. I want to make money. I want to make it now. But look at the end result.
Yep.
Right?
Long term.
You know what I mean? Look at look past. You know, you got all these people out there. Why would you want to listen to all these people online? Do it now. Why don't you take time? All right.
Yep.
Do it a bit at a time. And then trust me, man, then you'll generate wealth because you're going to be rich. I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy.
Yes, sir.
So, and to me, wealth is not, I don't have to have millions of dollars. It's just a continuous income. You do what you want to do.
Yes. Freedom to choose how I'm going to spend my time. Yes, sir.
To me, that's my, right. Like I told you, I like hot rods. I love my family. I love spending time with them. My daughter still sleeps Zeppetella. That kid, she's helped me out 100% on this. Like she's the one doing all, like the woman's behind the scene, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
With my hands, right? I can create stuff for people. I'm just not good at this.
I get it, my man. So you said you started designing it, and was it 21?
Sorry?
You started designing your jacket in 2021?
No, 2014.
14. Okay, my bad. 2014.
Yeah, and then
How long before you had a product out in the market, the first product?
2019.
Woo, baby. So 5 years you were experimenting and trying and experimenting and trying. Nice.
Like, so it took me a few years to get the product to where it was, and then the rest of it was like trying to get it, find people to make it, try to get it on the market, and all the other stuff. There's, like I said, there's a lot to it. Like, you hear these guys, "Yeah, just do this." No, it doesn't work that way.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a beautiful
Takes time.
picture for people to know. Like, that's 5 years.
Yeah.
Which feels, I imagine for some people, it feels like an eternity. But looking back, it's like a blink of an eye, huh?
Yeah.
Like it just happened.
It does. And to be honest, I think because I was just happy doing it, like I'm happy, and happy that at the end of the day, I'm going to have a product out there that's nothing like anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to actually have a product out there that will actually do the job.
Yeah.
You know, actually going to help people, man. That's my goal, is to help people. Like I was telling you before, I want to give back to autism. I want to give back to mental health. Like, I want to give back to the community eventually.
Yeah, man.
This will get me there, right? But it's help people in the trade where, hey, man, now if you wear the jacket, you know you're safe, you're comfortable, right?
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to give back, right? And get this. So that 5 years, to be honest, it was like, yeah, it took a while, but now it's like, boom. And the thing, it didn't feel like forever for me. I think because I was so much enjoying. Okay, let me back up. I didn't enjoy the hang-ups.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was like, the unfun part about it. When I was going home sore, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah. The testing phase.
The testing, it was hard. But until I got Intertech, man, they're the bomb. I tell you, man, those guys will test anything. If you need it, forget everybody else. I'm not going to mention names. Go to Intertech. They don't say no. They don't say, oh, you know, like, there's nothing out there like this. They go, oh, that's cool. This is new. Let's figure it out. And that's the people you want. Is Intertech testing, baby. There's a little plug for them, man. I'm telling you, I love those guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think because I was having so much fun creating it and experimenting with it and trying to make a product that worked, it didn't feel like 5 years, to be honest. It felt like a year.
Yeah.
I'd go, because I still work. Like I said, I'm on tools every day. I work, right? I'm a carpenter by trade, journeyman carpenter, right? So I'm always working. So I would just go there at night, like 2-3 times a week. And I'd come home, drawing shit out, go there. Let's try that. And man, me and Tammy click. It's like she could read my mind, man. Like,
oh man, yeah.
There she like, okay, no problem. We're gonna make this happen. And she, man, oh, that's the design, man. I was like, yeah,
that's it.
See it when you see it when she comes out, and like I see it, and it's like, that's the vision. That's like why I tell everybody, like, when you go to build whatever you do, you have this vision. It's like you see it already, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right? Like,
yeah.
So we really clicked. So that 5 years, I don't know. It didn't, like you said, it's like a blink of an eye now, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, I think this is what I want to put out there, maybe add to what you've just said, is when we're doing things in service to others, the time doesn't matter.
No.
When I'm doing, I mean, obviously we wanted to be faster so that like we can help people right now. Yes. But I know when I'm doing things for my own personal comfort or gain or greed or my own little selfish needs, it's like, it doesn't feel the same.
That's right.
But when I'm doing something to help other people, as long as we're making progress, everything's golden, man.
You hit the nail on the head, man. Like, for real. It feels like you're not out to get something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I think everybody has that in the back. Oh, I want this, that. Like, I get it. I need money, but I'm bad. Everybody's like, you can't give this shit away. like you said, it's that self gratification of you helped somebody.
Yeah, man.
It's not about you.
Yes.
It's about other people, right?
Amen, my man. Amen. Well, in line with helping people, we got the tough question. Not the tough question. It's my favorite question. What's a significant learning you had as a result of a painful misstep?
I think it was.
Oh, man, I know it was just getting good. And here I am breaking up the flow again. But I can't help myself. If you want the rest of this tasty morsel of goodness, head on over to our YouTube channel and look for the Backstage Pass playlist. You're going to find this one and the whole library of previous Backstage Passes where our guests share like super intimate stuff, like ultimate cheat codes for self-discovery and personal growth. There's a lot of value there for you and for any youngins, any of the younglings in your life. And if you want to get this fire, this Backstage Pass fire before anybody else does, go on over to learningsandmissteps.com, hit the become a member button, do all the stuff you need to do, select a thing. But everybody that becomes a patron will get first access to every single Backstage Pass that we record going forward. And just in case you missed it, those funds are going to contribute to enhancing the image of careers in the trade. 80% of that is going to be going to Skilled Trades Alliance. The other 20%, the Learnings and Missteps, is going to keep that to pay taxes and do some other things. We are blessed and we are fortunate, and we are here to spread the love and share the wealth with people that are carrying the same mission and demonstrating the behaviors that we see. Okay, that's enough. Now we're going back to the show. Peace. She gets worried about you.
I blame her, right? Because let's be honest, man. Like you said, a misstep, that's all it takes, man. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
So she doesn't, I never said nothing, like, because I don't want, all of a sudden she's going to be like, I don't want you doing this shit no more. Like, right? So I never told anybody. And then, I started searching online. And then, like I said, I had this idea where I'm like, okay, like, obviously all the jackets that are made, there's a problem here. And nobody problem, right?
Well, they haven't experienced it.
Yeah. Right? Like, shit. So that's why I came up with Zepps Gear. I started thinking outside the box. Like they say, I took the box and I threw it away. I was like, okay, there's got to be something different out here. So then I just, a bit at a time, started, like I said, different patterns. And that's how I came up with Zepps Gear. I think that's the moment where I changed my tune, because now when I'm on a site, I'm going to be honest, I'm a foreman, right?
Yep. I
am brutal with guys. Like, a lot of foremans out there, it's just like, get to work, get this done, get up there. I want you to find results, right?
Yep.
Results too, right? Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to be honest, everybody who's working, they're like, you work hard. Like your company works hard.
Yeah.
But honestly, we work hard. But I always check my guys. I ask them, if I see a guy's getting a little fatigued, hey, man, I want to switch spots, I'll even switch with you.
Yeah.
Like I try to keep an eye on my guys now. I wasn't like that before. I was just like, that guy, get the fuck out.
Yeah. What are you doing? You got stuff to get done. Yeah.
Man, no problem. We'll switch up. You take my spot, I'll take yours. Or guys, hey, your lanyards, your harness is fucking loose. Or your lanyard, why are you tied off here? I want you tied off there. Like, I'm more aware of what's going on with people now, right?
Yeah.
That's my misstep. That's what really switched me around, made me more aware of what's going on. I get guys that bug me now. They're like, oh, you're all about safety. Eh? You're a foreman.
Bro, no, I just want to make sure you're okay.
I care about the safety guys. I tell them straight out. I said, that's with you. Some of these safety guys are so fucking, they just look at, this is all I got to do. Okay. Yeah. They really don't care. They're just there for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, not all. I don't want to. Okay.
Right. No, I'm with you 100%.
Some are, right?
Yes.
Like I don't care. Like, I'm your foreman. And if I say, hey, this is the way I want you to wear your shit, this is the way you're going to wear your shit.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Did you take it? Yeah. Did they teach you to wear it like down to your ass? Like, it's not an ass ring. But
Oh my god, that was good. That's good. It's not. It is not. This is not a fashion statement.
Right?
This is for your health, brother.
You know, or the chest strap, and they got it down. I said, "What are you going belly dancing? It's not a belly strap. Like, put it up. Like, what is wrong with you, man? Oh, don't tell me what I'm telling you." Like,
Right.
you know, older guys, they really get bent out of shit. Like older.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I've been doing this for 60 years. You've been doing wrong for."
Exactly. Exactly. Now, one thing that this is an important point for the L&M family, all the foremen, the folks in field leadership is, we have safety professionals and some of them are amazing and some of them are less than amazing. But where the rubber meets the road is when the foreman, the lead men, those folks that are out there in direct connection with the crew are setting the expectation. And what you just described is exactly that, right? You are saying, you're on my crew. This is what we're going to do. Yeah. Like, you can be upset about it, but this is how we're going to do it.
That's right.
That's the difference. That's where we need our people to get to. Let the safety people come and do their job. Like, whatever you pay attention to, whatever you focus on, the behaviors that you demonstrate are what's going to make or break your crew. And so when you make safety a priority for them and are more aware of what's going on around them and the risks that are there and bring it to their attention, like, that's the ultimate service. That's what leadership is about, man. So shout out to you, brother. You got it going on, Mr. Pete. I love this.
Brother. Yeah, I just do my best. You know what I mean? I just stay, like, that's who I am. I just want to make sure. I look at it at the end of the day, we all come to make money, right?
Yep.
To make something, right? Build something for somebody, right? At the end of the day, we all want to go home to our families too.
Yep.
Right? And we all want to go the way we came. Right?
10-4.
You know what I mean?
With a little bit more money in our pocket.
That's right.
I don't want to go home broke the way I showed up. I want to go home with a little more money in my pocket.
Money. That's why I tell my guy, you want to go home to your families, man, in one piece, right? So let's just everybody watch out for each other's back. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're a family out there. Like, let's be honest. When you're at work, like, I love my families. I love them to death, man. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm with the guys at work and the girls at work longer than I am with my family. Like, there's days. I did a day the other day at Toronto Airport. I was there for 12 hours, man. Steady. 12 hours straight. I came home. Well, there's my family. See if I'm going to bed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So you're with that. They're like, I had a buddy of mine. He always says, like, you know what? You got to look at the people you work with. They're your family too, man. Work family, and this is your house family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Living two different lives. You know what I mean?
Yes.
With your work family, if you guys all get along, it's a better morale. It's better. And when you're looking out for each other, less things happen because you go, hey, man, whoever, like, hey, Joe, don't fucking do that because this can happen. Or don't, because fuck, that's a cantilever there, or whatever, right? You're looking out for the guy.
Yes.
And the thing in saying that in the trades is, like, I get it. Some of the old school guys get pissed off. I know what I'm doing. It's not about you knowing what you're doing. It's about we just see something in a different perspective where could have got hurt.
Yes. They can't see the risk. You see the risk. You're letting them know. That's it.
And that's all you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, man.
You're not there to, like, bust his balls. You're not there to, like, any of that shit, right? It's just you just see it in a different perspective. So you see that risk, like you said.
Yeah.
So watch out for each other's back. I say that to all the trades: plumbers, electricians, carpenters, ironworkers, boiler makers, all you linesmen, all you guys, man. Always watch out for each other. Like, that's the way I run my crew. That's who I am. Like, that's my. Not everybody's like me. Hey, I'm the best. Not joking.
There you go, baby. Now we're talking. Yeah, boy.
We say I'm the real deal, man. For real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the real deal. Like, when I push it out, man, I'm the real deal. Like, I push it out because I know it works, not because of this. Or I'm out there. I'm the real guy. Like, I'm working with you. I'm not saying, I want you to go fucking do that. And I'm going to go sit in my office. I'm going to sit like this. No, I'm the foreman that's saying, you're going to follow me.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Always in the lead of the pack, man. Like, you know what I mean? Or if I got to go do shit, this is my best guy. You're going to follow this guy. And I'm going to be back to check on you. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And always around. I'm not one of those guys. You see some foremen, it's like fucking they disappear.
Oh, man.
Wherever the hell they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I used to, coming up as an apprentice, that was the thing that I knew, like, when I'm running work, I am not going to be like that. I worked with a few foremen and we'd be doing underground roughing, right? For a new building, digging up, we're in the dirt and ditches and sun and all the fun stuff. And they're sitting in their truck with the AC on, scratching off freaking lottery tickets. And I'm like, what? Like, bro, like, this ain't cool, man. Like, that just ain't right. So I ain't going to be that way. But the unfortunate thing is there are folks in leadership positions, and that's the way they roll. And it ain't cool. Like, but you know, there's the real deal number one Pete Zeppetella out there that's doing it right, baby.
I'm trying my best. I'm not saying everything's perfect, but I'm pretty close to it.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking, man.
Right. Well, but yeah, I do my best, right? I do my best to keep everybody in check and keep everybody working well together. The more comfort you can give yourself, with Zepps, more comfort you can make yourself. Now we can concentrate on task at hand, and the better that job goes. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, if you can make a crew work right, man, I tell you, you can. I always say this, man. As trade people, you as a plumber, everybody, we build the world, man. We build. Yeah. There you're sitting in right freaking now. Tradesmen built it, right? The desk leaning against. Tradesmen built it, right?
Yes.
We literally build this world. I don't care what anybody. You could type all day on your stupid little freaking game, right? But I gave you the house that you could sit there and type in, hey.
Oh yeah, right? In the AC.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I look at. So, like, the trades guys, like, we're there. We're on top of everything, right? Like,
yeah.
Perfect example. Look at the pandemic. They shut down the country for 2 years. Who kept running? We're out there. I give all the blessings, everything to the nurses, the doctors, and everything. Also, like, God bless all the medical and all them too. But let's look at this. Who went out there every day and still went to work? Didn't shut down their jobs. Out there, like, you know what I mean? I was off for a bit of it because I had a shoulder injury and stuff. But once I got better, back on the tools, guys were sitting at home like, oh, my office job, I can't, whatever. You know, well, I got to go to work and I got to go build the office I got to go to. You know?
Yep.
I mean, but we kept going, kept trucking, man, kept building. You know what I mean? So, like, you got to look at trades. It's a beautiful thing, and you always got to look at it like this. Everything you build, step back and look at it, man. Like, when I build a house, I love it because I look and I go, man, this person's going to enjoy this house.
Yes.
I mean, like,
they're going to raise their family in that house.
Exactly, man. This is going to become a home. It's not just a house now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Raise their family. They're going to love that place, right? And that's why I'd like to trade. You want to take pride in your work, man. I'm sure the same with you. When you plumb a house, man, you want everything to
look good. Yeah.
Right, man. You don't have an issue. That's the key to it.
Beautifully said. I'm hoping that some young apprentices catch this episode because, man, you're speaking truth. Like, this is what it's about, baby.
I just tell you how it is.
Yeah, man. No, but that's the other thing, right? About craft workers, folks out there in construction and in the trades. Like, when we talk, people talk. Like, you're gonna get truth. There's not a lot of powder coat in anything. It's straight up. This is how it is. This is what I think. This is what you need to do. And there's a lot of beautiful things to be learned. And also, there's a lot of beautiful things to say, you know what? I don't like that. And I ain't going to do it. Like, you can always learn what to do and how to do things and what not to do and how not to do things with the people that you work with out there in the industry.
That's right.
So Pete, you're an inventor. You're an entrepreneur, carpenter, leader. I mean, bro, you got a lot going on. You're out there serving the community. You're a family man. I love what you said about we got a job family and we got the home family, because if my job, the people I'm spending time with at work, if I don't feel like they're family, man, I probably need to change where I'm working, because I got other people at home that I want to be getting to and I ain't with them. So I imagine you're going to continue to grow your influence in the industry, in the world. And so I'm curious, man, what footprint do you want to leave on this world?
What footprint?
Yeah.
Here, baby. To be honest, you know what? My kids are my life. To be honest, like, you come here with nothing, and at the end of the day, you can do amazing things, right? And the footprint I think I would like to leave is obviously like my Zepps Gear, but it's my family. It's the family I leave behind. My kids. I'm hoping they have kids and the grandkids and stuff. That's the footprint I'm thinking is. And the thing is, I want to make Zepps Gear so it's a family name. So like I want to be out there like, the new Under Armour for basically construction. So that way when you go out there and you're working, you're more comfortable at doing whatever you got to do out there. I think that's the footprint I want to leave, is the comfort key to construction and everything. Have Zepps Gear continue on and be around for hundreds of years and doing it right, and keep bringing more people into it, and making it more comfortable to be in the trade, so you can concentrate on task at hand and not have to worry about like I'm uncomfortable or this or that, and doing the job right. That way you can actually like take the time, concentrate on what you're doing. I think that's the footprint I'm looking for. That's what I think I'm going to be leaving. Like my kids will be, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest, my kids are going to be the ones pushing this forward, right? When I'm gone, dead and gone. So I'm just hoping and my daughter, man, like I love all my kids, all three of you. Don't get me wrong, but Cicely, like you're like huge help. And I really think she'd be taking it over because she knows everything. And I think I drown her with information, which is a good thing. I think that's the one thing for a legacy, I think, is my family and Zepps Gear to be around.
Yeah, man. However I can contribute and support you in that effort, bro, I got you. Because just a short time, we connected on LinkedIn and interact with each other's content. But how we've been talking for almost 2 hours now, and like I know you're the kind of people that I like to hang out with, like straight up. So I mean, it's clear to me that you want to serve others, and your vision of the footprint you want to leave is about your family and about serving the industry and making it more comfortable so people can be safe and focus on the task at hand. Like that's what it's about, man. So I know you gave a shout out to your daughters. Any other shout outs you want to give?
Aiden. Hey, I got 2 daughters and a boy. So
2 daughters and a boy. Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but that's them when they were kids up there, right? My does woodworking too. Like I taught her how to cut wood and stuff, and so she does signs and stuff. But big shout out to Easy Peasy. That's my wife's Easy Peasy Pieces. Big shout out to Prime Line, Kick Ass Career, Shannon Tasmo. Also, she's Lady Volts there. Kick Ass Careers is Jamie. She's awesome, like great person. Big shout out to Local 18 Carpenters.
Yeah.
See that or not?
There it is.
Right. I'm part of them. Leuna, laborers out there, all the trades like iron workers, plumbers, HVAC guys, linesmen, right?
Yep.
PG out there, all your electrical guys, you know what I mean? Like big shout out to all the trades. I probably missed 100 trades, but big shout out to all of them, man. You know what? Like that's our life. So I really appreciate the companies that are helping me. Big shout out to the companies that are like maybe joining us. Who knows? Maybe get some collabs going with other companies out there eventually. Time to get push this message out there, and because I know there's other people that have the same vision as I do that want to better. So big shout out to them also, right? Big shout out to you, Jesse, for having me on this podcast. I really do appreciate you reaching out. I know we've been, like you said, we've been contacting back and forth. I'm always on your shit, giving you a bunch of all these questions. I may ask stupid questions. I just want to learn, man. So
hey, bro, that's what it's about, baby. Right? Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Your support It's invaluable.
Big shout out to all my family for sure. 100% sticking with me, right? Cicely, you're the best. Maisie and Hayden too, right? They're always there. Aaron Zeppetella, that's my wife. Easy peasy pieces, right? Always been support. Like they're always, have my back, right? At the end of the day, as long as you have people that have your back, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna tell you a little story. It's funny when I first came up with this vision. Aaron wasn't really on board with it, eh?
Yeah.
He'd always give me this line, "Hey, well, why don't you go smoke another one or something?" Crazy, boy. What do you think? He goes, just go to work. And I'm telling you, man, something's got to change here. Something's got.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's shaking her head. She goes, "You think too much." Right? Took it upon I'm just doing this, man. I'm just. And then she's like, "Holy shit!" Like,
yeah.
Okay, I see now. I see. Right?
Yeah.
Ever since then, she's been behind me though too. So
that's amazing.
Oh no, I really do appreciate you reaching out and saying we got to do this, and I really would love to do the live. I'll be gone for a little bit, but when I come back,
it's on, baby.
Up and for sure do this live. Get out there, talk more about anything you want, like Zepps Gear, trades. You know what I mean? Check me out on. Hopefully everybody else is safer. And I said there is more gear coming. Just slowly, right?
Yep.
I got other patents. Everything I do, most of the stuff I do is like patent protected. The reason, because I look at it because I know other ways that aren't so great. Check out all my patent stuff out there, and I'm hoping to have more stuff for people to help them. Like I'm looking at the safety guys right now, and I'm actually making something for them also.
Nice.
Yeah, I know a lot of firefighters, rescue guys, like because when I go on holes and stuff, you get to meet these guys. They're
because you got to have the rescue plan. Yeah,
I mean with rescue plans and stuff. So I know the rescue guys and stuff. So I'm actually making. I'm in the mix. I got it pretty much made. I'm patenting it right now. I got the gear made for them also. So in the winter, it's easier for them also. So a lot of stuff you'll see the next few years come out.
10-4. Man, like I said, however we can support you, brother, we're definitely going to stay in contact.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You're the best. You're doing awesome with all these. Like I watched you in this last couple of years. You've been doing like podcasts, and you've been doing like the misstep thing. I think you're doing fabulous, man. You're doing really good. A lot of people follow you, trend. And you know what? We were talking before. You wanted to be a teacher. You got to look at it this way. You basically right now, it's like you are a teacher. You're teaching people through other people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yep.
Doing is you're putting people under, like people like me, other trades out there, and other people that have something to say and teach people, and you're teaching. So in a way, you're following your dream too, right?
Absolutely.
Got to look at it like that, right? Like I always try to look at that silver lining in the cloud, right?
Yeah, man.
But in a way, you're following your dream too. Everything happens for a reason. Right? So you may have been up here, and then all of a sudden you just sunk down here. Well, there's a reason you sunk down here.
And might learn something.
Yeah, you're going to learn something, right? And everything's a stepping stone. You got to remember that. That's what you just got to keep opening those doors and trying. Hey, I'm not going to lie, I screw up a lot, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
To be honest, like even with this, like I said, I'm not a salesman, right? But I try to really push these out there. Stuff like I'm still learning a lot. Like it's just not about guys. So people, like I said, I'm trying to build that team. Everything's a team, man. Don't forget that, people out there. Like, so don't think if you're not even a trade entrepreneur or whatever, you can't do it on your own. You have to have backing. You have to have people that help you, right? In one aspect or another, right? You know what I mean? Trust the crew you're with. Pick the right crew. Like I said before, if you go to work and it's like, do you really want to be there? You'll find that crew where you want to go to work and you're happy. You want to be there. And that's the key. And there's a lot in construction. A lot of people like that would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And welcome into that family, right? We're not as hard ass as everybody thinks.
And maybe at first, but we'll grow on you.
Come on, man. We're just giving you tough love, man.
That's it, baby. That's it. It's all tough love. Damn, did you have a good time, brother?
I can't even believe we've been talking. It's just been, it feels like,
dude, right? Like it goes by freaking fast. That was awesome. Ooh, man, we got into it. I know it was a little spicy. There was some, some colorful language, But that's how we do it. And so it's time to give the shout out to the L&M family member feedback. I can't help it. I mentioned that the book is out, Lean in Love, 5S Love Letters, a no BS look into how your relationships create ripples of impact. Mr. Spencer Easton, L&M family member, former guest on the show. You can go back to season 1, Spencer Easton. We got to interview him. He was at the Home Depot parking lot, full of life, full of energy, and he continues to share the love with his review on the book. So Spencer says, I just finished reading, and this book is amazing. A fresh new outlook on lean construction and how at the fundamental level, we care about the people around us. I love all the quotes from others in the book, and the dialogue back and forth between Jen and Jess is a fun new approach, and I absolutely love it. They have great questions and places to write down your response that I loved, as it helped me to reflect in a more intimate way. That was super awesome. I would cherish my insights that this book helped me to find. I highly recommend everyone in the construction industry pick this up and enjoy. If you're looking for better work-life balance, then look no further. Spencer, appreciate you, my man. And L&M family members out there, love you. If you're looking for more frequent connection, hit up the No BS with Jen and Jess page on YouTube and on LinkedIn. We do a live stream every other Saturday, and we'd love for you to come and be a part of that community as well. Love you, be cool, and we'll talk at you next time. Peace. Man, you are one dedicated listener, sticking with us all the way through to the very, very end. Please know that this podcast dies without you, and we invite you to share how the episode's impacting you, along with your thoughts, questions, and suggestions. You've been gracious with your time, so we added social media links in the show notes to make it super easy for you to connect with us. Be kind to yourself, stay cool, and we'll talk at you next time.